Okay, guys, welcome back to another episode of the podcast. This look like it's in my face, but it's fine. So we have another special guest, of course, for the fourth week? We're on the fourth week, so that's good. Um, if you can introduce yourself to the people, tell them what you do.
Hey, I am Gibran Stevens, and I am the owner and operator of Kobi Catering in Macon, Georgia. I mostly do weddings and large events catering.
Okay.
So
Do you remember how we? I don't know even know if you remember how we met
you hit me up on in my inbox about
before then, though. You remember like before?
I
I
met you
remember
before
when I like first met you.
in person.
Yes, you catered an event
Which one was that?
for Tiffany when she did the little camp with the girls.
Okay,
And
Tiffany
your daughter,
Tilden.
yeah,
Okay,
your daughter was there. I met your daughter first, and then you catered our last day.
y'all
You was
last
there?
day.
Mm-hmm.
Last day.
The last day of the camp.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I've done that for her 3 times. So was you there? Well, I know you went there.
I was there the
two.
first time, the very first time.
Was
I
that
think it was the first time.
Okay, so the first one was at a church.
Yes.
So you was there?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was helping her out with that, but that was the very first time that I met you. I don't think we ever talked since then, but that was the very first time that we ever met, and I figured out that she was a chef. Found that out at that time. So
So I'm guessing you're gonna have Tiffany here. This is right up her alley.
yeah, maybe. I mean, I don't know. I don't remember if she hit me back or not,
Okay.
but I did like reach out to a lot of people, so I have no idea. So we'll see how that goes. But I think she did say that she would be on the podcast, so
Okay.
you may see her.
You tell me the name of your podcast. What's the name of it? You can't?
There's not a name yet. It's called the podcast for now.
Okay.
Until we can come up with a very good name. I'm gonna say good.
This is yours? Your podcast?
Yes,
Okay.
it's my podcast. Yes, we have special guests every week, and so we just have y'all coming on talking about your business and how you got started, basically, and any information that you want to give to somebody that wants to become a chef, maybe.
Okay.
So yeah. That's the point of the podcast. If you did not know, of course, people. But we're gonna start with a few questions. I know you did tell me that you do own another business, but we're gonna talk about
The other bit kind
your
of boring.
catering.
It's boring.
We're gonna talk
It's a
about
trucking
your
business. It ain't too much to talk about it.
really.
Trucking business.
I guess I have no idea. None of it. So, I'll be learning a lot today because I don't know that much about, cooking. Well, I do know about cooking, but as far as the specifics for people that do it as their job. So,
Gotcha.
yeah. So, first question, when did you decide to become a chef?
Well, I started cooking maybe like high school.
Mm.
Early high school, that's when I really started cooking. Most men in my family growing up were cooks, either barbecue grillers or chefs. But I fell in love with cooking in high school. That's when I learned that the girls like to eat. So
I guess that's true.
yeah. I had to have something that stood out. 'Cause I was a dark skinned brother back in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't popping back then. So once I learned to cook and women like to eat, I'm like, you know what? This is something different that a lot of guys wasn't doing. So
It's the connection.
And when I started, I never stopped. Never stopped cooking, but I kind of did grilling. I was a master griller.
Okay.
So I probably started doing that maybe 15 years ago. And I got a large family, so I used to cook for all the family gatherings, like from Twitch kind of.
Yeah.
100, 200 deep.
Yeah, so, y'all be up there in numbers.
Yeah. So, that's how I started really cooking for people with grills.
Okay.
So that's really when I knew I had a skill.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a passion at first. It was just something that.
Well, it was a passion.
Okay. It's something you like doing.
Cooking for people was a passion.
Okay.
But I never ever thought I would have a catering company. never dreamed of it. Never. Even when I started like catering, I never thought I would be at the level that I am today.
That's interesting. So you've been cooking most of your life.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you said that all the men were somewhat involved in cooking in your lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
So
So I know on the question that you sent me, like, what do I think about men not being cooks? I didn't grow up with that experience. You know, most men that I know cook. I don't think I know 5 guys in my life that I know that don't cook. Most men today cook.
That's interesting.
They may not cook on a level where they can, cook a full entire meal for a family, but most guys I know can get on the grill. Or, they can cook some steaks or some salmons. So I don't know too many. It's this new life we're living in.
Exactly. That's why I asked, because not a lot of people have that experience. Like with men being the one that's able to put a meal together or something. So it's hard to believe. You know what I'm saying?
My wife don't cook. I don't want her to cook. I don't need her to cook. We have roles in our house. That is my role. I don't want someone stepping in my kitchen and moving stuff around. That is so she's a cleaner. She does the cleaning.
Okay.
So that's her role. Even though I helped, I mopped the floor yesterday. She was working. So, but cooking is my job.
Okay. So do you think if you weren't a chef, you would still feel that way?
Yeah. What you mean if I didn't know how to cook?
I mean, you still knew how to cook. You just didn't have that title of a chef.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
That's interesting. Because not a lot, well, I wouldn't say they don't know how to cook, but they're not the one that's really like, oh, I'm going to cook. They have the skill, but they want the woman because they feel like that's their job.
Oh, well, I don't know about that, man. I don't. Most women in my cousins, my female cousins, they're cooks. Maybe a couple of them, but they're not cooks. Because most of their fathers
were the one that was
cooks
cooking
in the household.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I've always hosted parties too. Back in my 20s, I always had people over, so I always enjoyed feeding people.
Okay.
Want to make somebody happy? Feed them. Feed them.
Well, you heard it.
Yeah. So that's a good lift for me.
Okay. So you said that you've been cooking all your life. Do you have a signature dish? If so, what is it?
Not a single dish, but like barbecue. I do a lot of weddings, so I don't do a lot of barbecuing because my schedule is pretty much booked up for the whole year now. So I don't have a lot of room for new things. So most parties and barbecues are booked, a month or two in advance. I'm already booked. So when I do get a opportunity to pull my grill out, I got the big grill at your hall. So when I do get an opportunity to do that, I love it. I love the atmosphere of a cookout or a family reunion. It's a different vibe in a way.
I would agree.
It's a different vibe. Even though I love weddings, I love doing weddings. You get to see people at some of their happiest moments that they ever be in their life on their wedding day. So I get to experience that Black love every weekend, and it is
okay.
It is an amazing feeling. But it's barbecue. I love ribs. You just get somebody
can't
to play
go
the
wrong
ribs.
with some ribs. You can't go wrong with some ribs.
They're your friend forever.
I love me some ribs.
They're your friend forever.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so is that your favorite dish to make? Is ribs, or it's just when you have that chance, that's what you enjoy?
I would probably have to say ribs. Yeah.
Okay, so what's your least favorite?
Oh, pasta.
Really? Why?
Pasta. I don't do it often. It's probably my least favorite meal to eat too. I'm not a pasta eater,
Mm.
but on my menu, I have a pasta menu because I like to be diverse and have something for everybody or almost everybody. So I added that, and I don't do it much, but I probably have a someone that wants pasta maybe 3 or 4 times a year.
A year?
Hmm.
That's it?
Yeah, yeah.
Mm. I guess I know a lot of people that like pasta, so I don't know.
Well, I don't do a lot of private dinners anymore. Um, so most private dinners wanted some type of pasta.
Mm.
Hmm.
That makes sense.
Hmm. I
Okay.
never really wanted to. I do private dinners, but that was never my thing to do.
Your focus. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I kind of got into it when the pandemic hit because people
Mm.
wanted to not go out
Right.
and they wanted someone to come and
Come
cook
to
for
them.
them. So that's how I got in doing private dinners. So,
Okay.
hmm
Okay, so name 3 kitchen tools that you can't do without.
okay, kitchen tools. I'm gonna throw outdoor in that too. I do a
Okay.
lot of outdoor cooking.
Okay.
I gotta have a grease thermometer. I do a lot of frying.
Okay.
So my grease thermometer, my meat thermometer. You only gave me 3.
Okay, I give you 5.
Um, my one of my sharpest knives.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta go with my food processor.
Okay.
I use the food processor a lot. Um, I guess my grill.
Wow.
If you would consider that a tool.
It's a
I
tool.
guess you can. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a tool. Yeah. One thing that I did special that sets me apart from a lot of caterers. I know how to do a lot of outdoor cooking. Outdoor cooking isn't easy. It is a difference, especially outdoor frying. It is it is difficult.
I
It is very difficult. So I tell a client, hey, if you want fried chicken or if you want anything fried, the the venue that you're having has to allow me to cook it on site, either outside or somewhere close by. Black
mm-hmm.
people, we want our, our fried fish right out of grease
Oh, that's true.
and fried chicken. So I'm not cooking something at 2 o'clock and serving them some fried chicken at 6 o'clock. I'm not doing that. So a lot of caterers don't even offer fried food
For that reason.
unless they go pick it up at Kroger.
Okay.
Have Kroger cook it and then bring it.
That okay.
So I've heard a lot of clients complain about that. Like this brought food from Publix. we
No,
did that.
literally, you can tell the distinct like Publix got something in the chicken to where you can tell it's Publix chicken.
You can kind of tell if it's grocery store chicken by the size of it.
Mm.
The chicken's humongous.
I didn't think about that.
That chicken is
I always go by smell.
that too.
Like I can
too.
always tell where the chicken is from by the
Mhm.
smell of it.
Yeah, but they're cooking it in pressure cookers.
Mm.
So
That makes sense.
so it is. There's a lot of factors when you're cooking. Your frying stuff outside. It's the wind,
Mm-hmm.
the cold. It can make it almost impossible, and a lot of people can't do it.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, it is. I fried some food for a wedding about a month ago. They had fried pork chops, and it was the day before the Super Bowl, and that wedding was the weather was terrible.
It was.
That weekend.
I remember
It
that
was
day.
terrible. It rained, the wind was blowing. So I posted up outside the Tubby Museum in the back, frying 200 pieces of pork chop.
Oh Lord, that's crazy.
Running back and forth from the terminal to the Tubby.
That's crazy.
Is because I refused to cook it at home hours early
Mm-hmm.
and then bring it. I refuse to do it.
Wow.
So that's one of the things that set me apart from other caterers.
That makes sense. I don't know any caterers, but that makes sense. Because as a black person, you like your food hot.
You like it? That is one of the main compliments that I get. Man, that food was hot. Because most banquets, receptions, the food is cold.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's cooking food is one thing. Knowing how to hold it. Because when you cook something, I may finish cooking for a wedding at 2.
Mm-hmm.
That reception may not be until 7, 8. So I have to know how to hold that food for a extended amount of time, and when they serve it, make sure it is hot.
How do you do that?
Well, I have heat boxes that I travel with.
Mm-hmm.
Most venues have warmers. Some of them, not many have ovens.
Mm-hmm.
So
I've seen ovens not.
Yeah, so most of them they have that. So it takes a lot of trial and error in this business, and probably a lot of business. A lot of trial and error. You I lie if I say I never messed up.
I think everybody would.
It'll bold-faced lie. I have made my mistakes in this game.
Okay, so trial and error. That's the only way you can really.
That is the only way.
I can see that because cooking is like people want measurements, but it's hard to give that sometimes when you're cooking. Like, I guess I don't know
that amount of food. If the average size wedding is like 145.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to know how to not overbuy. That cuts into your budget.
Mm-hmm.
Damn sure can't underbuy.
Right.
So now you run out of food.
Exactly.
So you got to know which takes trial and error. So you have to know how to live in that gray area.
Mm-hmm.
You may want to be over just a little bit, but being under, you just can't do that.
Right.
That's a no. So, and being over too much, that it's easy to spend $500 over budget, and that comes out your pocket. Can't send that food back once you cook it.
Right. Well, okay. So name 2 of your strengths and 2 of your weaknesses as a chef.
Oh, my strengths is no doubt about it, is my customer service and being accessible. One of the compliment that I get from clients or potential clients that I respond quick, my customer service, and I'm accessible. This is my personal phone. Mm-hmm. They can call me anytime. They can text me anytime. Well, not anytime. They can't call me at 12 o'clock at night. But some of them, they would email and text me at 12 o'clock at night. They I don't know my weakness, and I hate to sound like that because I have had weaknesses, but I have worked on those. So
okay, so tell me what those are. It's a process.
I don't know if I have a weakness. I really don't.
Okay, so name one weakness that you worked on, and how did you work on it?
Okay. Taking criticism.
Okay.
Taking criticism. I guess that just come as a man.
That comes as anybody.
That's true.
Because criticism is hard for everybody.
That's criticism.
You gotta understand where someone is coming from, and not think that they're attacking you. Yeah, I still deal with criticism, honestly. So, yeah. I'm working on it.
I work because that's how I get better.
Okay.
I've made adjustments to my menu for someone saying, do it like this.
Okay.
Or try this. Oh no, wait, take this off. So I had an appetizer menu, and one of the brides that I had, she said, "This like baby shower food." So I had it to kind of revamp it to make it more, appealing to have items for a wedding and not just a baby shower. Your meatballs and your pasta salads and even though we love that as black people.
Right.
But
So, what would be the difference between a baby shower food and a wedding food? Like, what would be the changes that you would make?
well, for that particular menu, the appetizers and cocktail hour, I added things like bacon wrapped shrimp.
Okay.
Yeah, things like that.
Okay, that
More
makes
fancy
sense.
things. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I can see that because we're not having that in no baby shower for sure, unless you just got the money for it.
You got the money for it.
Because
those things are expensive.
Yeah, the shrimp alone is expensive.
Yes, it is. Yes, yes.
I can only imagine. Okay, so that's the only weakness you can think of that you worked on. It can be one that you worked on.
Okay, one that I have worked on. Time management, girl. Time management.
Okay, you was here on time today. You was like 15 minutes earlier.
No. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, like
for big events.
Preparation.
Okay.
Managing your time. Knowing that, like, I have to try to get things ready early because I'm forgetful.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to give myself that extra time to be like, okay, if I forgot something, I still got time to go get it.
Okay.
So that time management. My wife tell me that I need to make a checklist.
I agree.
I still ain't did it.
Well, all you have to do is make a permanent one that can work for everything.
I know. Maybe that's my weakness. Okay, one of my weaknesses was trying to book everything, trying to satisfy everybody. I used to hate turning down money. If I had something on a Saturday and somebody else called me for something that same Saturday, like, how can I make this work? 'Cause I want that money.
Right.
So I had to learn I can't take everything. I can't. Everybody isn't my client.
Right.
You know, I used to be like, they would say, well, your price is too high. So I'll say, hey, well, how much can you afford? Now my price is my price. And it took me a while to get to that point.
Mm-hmm.
So now I don't have the slogan, no job is too small. That's not my slogan.
That's not for me.
That's not for me. That is not for me. And when I first started catering, you know, when I'm fresh out the door, I was like, my first wedding, I got paid in food stamps. So,
are you serious?
That girl, food stamps money, girl. Get out of here.
I mean, but you can only use it on food.
So that was.
But I guess that works out for you.
When I first got into catering, I never thought about it would be my main job. I didn't want it to be. It was something that I liked doing and I loved it. And, you know, I just want to make a little extra money with it. I did my first wedding maybe in 2015, somewhere around that time.
Mm-hmm.
And I was in like I never took it serious. I didn't even open a catering bank account. So I would just, you know,
eating that money up.
Doing it. You know, I like doing it. I was like, oh, this fun. It's fun because the way I got into it, my best friend, she was getting married and her caterer canceled on her. And she was like, Gibran, can you do my wedding? I was like, girl, I don't do weddings. I do barbecues. Like, where it can't be that hard. I say, I thought about it. I said, yeah, I do it.
Okay.
So I did it. And then I did another one. And then I would probably do maybe 2 a year. I was fine with that. And then around 2019, that's when I probably 2018. I was getting more and more. And I still didn't want to do it full time.
Mm-hmm.
And then 2019, and I was getting some ground, working. My wife made me open up a bank account. Okay, the bank account made me
smart wife
turn into a real business. And by the end of 2019, I was like, okay, this might be something I can do. Because I was already booking stuff for 2020.
Mm-hmm.
And I probably had 7 weddings lined up at the beginning of January. And then COVID happened.
Right.
So I'm like, damn. And again, nobody knows what's what was in store.
Right.
So then I said, I had the momentum and I didn't want to lose the momentum. So I said, what can I do to keep this going? So I started doing private dinners and I started advertising them. I would do the dinners for free. They would have to pay for the food, which was, cheap, So, and I would record them and post them on social media to keep my name going. And that helped tremendously.
Wow.
That helped tremendously. And then I started posting them on social media. And my first major gig was Southwest High School Prom. I did that one. And when I posted that one, because I didn't post nobody knew I was catering, not that many people knew I was catering, until I posted it of the high school prom. And I created my Facebook business page.
Okay.
So I didn't have a website then. But the feedback that I was getting, it was really supportive.
Okay. So do you think making it a business took the fun out of it for you? Because, sometimes when you make your hobby your main business, sometimes isn't that fun anymore.
Oh, no, it's fun.
Okay.
I can only speak for me, though.
Yeah, because not everybody have that.
Yeah. It's still fun to this day. And I know a lot of people say that Macon don't support businesses or small businesses. That's not true. That's not true. One thing that I had to learn when I decided to take this public and make it real, what you post on social media matters.
Mm-hmm.
You have to, when you make that transition from being like a employee and serving the public, you have your online presence has to completely do a 180. You can't post the foolishness that we used to post.
That's true.
And a lot of people can't get out their own way because of it. Because it don't take much for people to not support you.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
It don't take much. So
that's true.
So you can't carry on the same way that you used to. You can't have social media beefs. You can't get on there complaining. You can't go on there talking about people. You can't do it.
Yeah.
You can't do it. And a lot of people, they can't get past that.
That's true. Okay. That makes sense, honestly. I didn't think about it that way.
It do not take much to somebody to say, I ain't supporting them.
Yeah.
I ain't supporting
just off a post.
Just off a post.
Or interactions.
It could be one thing I learned that people take the Falcons serious, right?
They do.
You say something about those Falcons.
Oh, they're ready to run up.
They won't even support you.
Exactly.
Based off that.
Yeah.
They won't even do it. So I completely had to do a 180.
Okay. That makes sense, honestly. I didn't think about it on that scale just because you know how you think about how you have your personal page and then you make a business page and it's like, oh yeah, it's separate, but you're the same person.
It's the same person.
So what people see on your social media, whether it's business or personal, they still the same.
Yeah. With catering and a lot of businesses, when a lot of my clients are people who I don't know, and sometimes they're referral. So they kind of want to see me, because a lot of them, I may get a call tomorrow and their event may not be to January. So if they're going to send me $4,000, they want to feel comfortable by doing it.
Yeah.
So a lot of them go on my page to see me, to try to figure me out, and then they'll contact me.
A lot of people do
that. And I deal with a lot of other races, so that's very important.
Yeah,
that is that trust factor is very important. There's a lot of scammers out here. A lot of bad businesses catering too. I hear the stories. Caterer took the money and didn't show up. So
Yeah.
yeah. Very misfortunate.
Yeah. It's definitely a trust thing.
Yeah.
So, okay, so how do you control the quality and consistency of dishes to ensure customer satisfaction?
Repetition. Repetition. If I'm cooking a large pan of macaroni and cheese, and I know exactly how much milk goes in there, how much cheese. So it took years of figuring it out.
Mm-hmm.
And that also goes with trying to keep the food hot and warm. It's easy to take something out the oven and turn around and give it to you and eat it.
Right.
It's fresh.
Mm-hmm.
But how do you do that? Like, again,
Keep that same
how do you take a pan of macaroni and serve it to someone 6 hours later?
Right.
Definitely it takes know-how. And I've definitely messed that up before. I have dried it out trying to keep it warm.
What?
Yeah. But one thing I've always done right by a client, if a client wasn't happy with something, I've always made it right. I have never shied away with returning some money. Because as cooks, we know something ain't right before we even give it to you.
Right.
Sometimes we just hope you don't say nothing. That's why when you go to a restaurant and your food ain't right, they knew that before they gave it to you. They knew that. Like, man, you know this steak wasn't good before you even sent it to my table. So that's why I have no problem with returning food, because they know that. They just gonna put it on them. If you say something, we'll fix it. But if not, hey.
I've never thought of it from that perspective. Like they know.
They know. So I have had events where I knew, okay, this wasn't one of my best ones. And they've said, man, it was delicious. Everything was great. I said, okay, because I hold myself to such a high standard.
Right.
So even if I fall a little bit, it still meets most people's standards.
Mm-hmm.
But I've done events where I just knew I dropped the ball on this one.
Mm-hmm.
So, and sometimes I bring it to the client's attention. Like, hey, I didn't bring my best egg. I do 50 events a year. All of them ain't gonna be perfect.
Right.
I aim for it, but sometimes it just don't.
Yeah.
Some weekends I have something on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So yeah, it can be 200 people on Friday, it can be 100 people on Saturday, and it can be 85 people on Sunday. Everything has to go right, but sometimes everything don't go right.
Right.
But everything has to go right to make that happen.
So many things that goes into making things happen. Mm-hmm. So it can't always go right. Mm-hmm. Okay, I think you did touch on this, but how do you market your business to get new clientele?
Okay, my website. I created my website in 2021, I think. And then I had a friend of mine, which was maybe 6 months ago. She said, why don't you have a Google account, a Google business page? And I never thought about it. I just never thought about it. And when I created that, it was a game changer.
So if somebody search caterers or chef near me, you'll come up.
If you type in Macon, like something like the best wedding caterers in Macon, I'm like the top 2 in there.
Okay, top 2.
I ain't trying to pat myself on the back. I ain't trying to do it, but I'm gonna do it though. I work hard at this thing, man. It is a lifestyle change. Mm-hmm. Pretty much any business that you want successful and you want to be successful in, it takes a lifestyle. It is 18-hour days.
Mm-hmm.
It takes a physical beating and a mental beating on you.
That's for sure.
So, but I love it. I love it.
Okay.
That's pretty much how. And referrals, I get a lot of referrals from friends and family and old clients because I really take care of my clients.
Okay.
So they love to refer me. So most of my new clientele are either referrals or probably Google searches.
So how do you have analytics where you track that?
Google do it for you.
Okay. Do you look at it?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah, they send me a monthly report on how many times my site was visited. How many times they went through my website through the Google search. So they do a really good job.
Okay. Analytics is important, guys.
Yeah.
Especially if you're using Google, like you said, for instance.
I'm not sure how the other search engine work. Who we
I'm
got
not-
out there? We got what other search engine?
I only use Google, so I don't know.
Bing is one of them.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not a Bing fan, but I guess. But I don't know how Bing does their tracking. I'm sure it's probably similar to Google, but I have no idea. So, okay. So, what is a dish that you created that was surprisingly successful that you wanted to try out?
I believe my salmon and spinach pasta.
That sounds good.
That was a good one.
Pasta? I didn't know you said pasta.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I made my own Alfredo sauce with it. That is more of a private dinner dish. You been on my website? How you gonna have me here? You ain't did your due diligence on me. You ain't did your research.
I didn't even know you had a website. Saw your Facebook page, but I didn't see the website. Is your website on your Facebook page?
It is.
Is it?
It is. It's on my business page.
Interesting.
It is.
It's okay. I didn't see it, but it's okay. I mean, I know you can cook. I've had your cooking. See? Yeah. See, at least I did that much. So that will be your signature dish that came out great for you.
Yeah.
And now it's a dish that you offered.
If I do a private dinner dish, that is one of the ones that they request. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the salmon and pasta.
Salmon and pasta.
The salmon pasta dish.
I never really had salmon for. I've had it
salmon?
once. I've had it once, but I've never really had it for real. Like at a restaurant or something.
You like salmon?
I don't know. It was decent. I guess it just all depends on how it's cooked.
Yeah.
Or with what.
Yeah.
Because I'm not like a real rice fan, but a lot of people cook it with rice, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. But the spinach, I know my friend, when she made it with spinach. I was like, okay. She stuffed it with. Did she stuff it? She put it on top.
You can almost stuff anything in the salmon.
Right. But that's just like chicken too. So. Okay. You did mention this already. What measures do you take to ensure food safety in the kitchen?
Cleanliness. You have to do a lot of cleaning, a lot of bleach, a lot of cleaning. I can't tell you how many bottles of bleach and detergent I go through on a weekly basis. I go through a lot of it. So you definitely have to make sure that no cross contamination. So.
Okay. Cleanliness. Everybody like a clean kitchen. Yeah, and like eating from a clean kitchen.
And even when I'm holding the food, it has to be to a certain temperature.
Okay.
Yeah, especially that seafood.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
that's
so,
true.
so when I'm doing traveling, it's just certain items that I just can't do for them. Like I do a lot of stuff in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to cook salmon here and then drive it to Atlanta. Just kind of, it's iffy. It's iffy.
I can see that with any seafood, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Um, how do you go about setting up for a big event? Like, what's the steps that you take?
Okay. Like if I have a big wedding on a Saturday,
Mm-hmm.
my job starts on that Monday for that wedding. So I'm making sure that I have everything. I place my meat order to my butcher. I'm buying everything because I don't want to have to go to the grocery store that Friday.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm making sure that I have everything that I need. So that Monday and Tuesday, that's what I'm doing. That Wednesday, um, that's when my prep work starts. I'm cutting up onions. I'm grating cheeses. I'm making sure everything that can be done early is done.
Okay.
So that Thursday, am I on Thursday? I'm on Friday now, right?
No, you're on Thursday.
I'm on Thursday. Okay. um, I'm kind of doing the same thing. I pick up my chicken order I'm picking up my chicken order that Thursday. So I get it, I trim it, I season it, and I put it back in the refrigerator.
Mm-hmm.
That is depending on how big the event, that is a 4-hour job.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then that Friday night, some if I can cook some things, that's when I cook it.
Okay.
Friday night. Then that Saturday, I'm up early, and that's when I start the cooking. So it is. They think that my event is on a Saturday. They're working that Saturday morning.
Exactly.
No, baby.
Yeah.
And again, I may have something Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm in this like all week long. I'm prepping for 600-700 people, possibly.
That's a lot of people.
That is a lot of people. So
I knew prep was long. I know it wasn't like a 1-2 day job, but a week I didn't know.
yeah. Put them onions, peppers. I'm making sauces, boiling noodles.
Sauce makes sense.
Mm-hmm. And you cooking macaroni and cheese for 250 people. That's a lot of cheese grating. That's a lot of cheese.
Trust me, I know.
Yeah. So
Well,
if I'm doing some kind of baked chicken, I'm making my chicken stock to make the cream chicken. It is a lot.
well, I know I can't be a chef.
So what you cook at home though? I know you gotta.
You know I gotta.
You got a husband. What he eating?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
I try a lot of stuff. For the most part, I think my macaroni and cheese is pretty good.
It is. Okay.
It is. It's quite delicious. But for the most part, I'll try anything. Honestly, It doesn't matter. I'll maybe look up a recipe and try to tweak it to make it something that I know that I would like. I take out the stuff I don't like and then substitute it for other stuff and then just kind of make it my own. But I don't have anything specific. I try to try new stuff because after a while you get tired of chicken, and I'm so tired of chicken. But then you try to use different like parts of the chicken, like breasts, thighs, but after a while it's just like, all right, something new.
Tired of chicken.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what made me start trying different stuff, looking up stuff, because I got tired of eating the same stuff all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty much what I don't have anything specific. It's just kind of what I'm feeling or something that I see. I'm like, oh, I want to try that because it looks good.
You on TikTok?
Sometimes. I do be seeing them cooking. I can't remember what it was, but I tried a recipe that a guy on there he had. It was so good. It definitely gave the.
Mm-hmm. They have a lot of good ideas on there.
They do. I mean, for a lot of different things, not just cooking, but just worldwide. It's a lot of things on there.
I'm not on TikTok because I don't want to. I waste enough time in my day on Facebook.
Oh my Lord!
TikTok is a rabbit hole.
That it is.
It's like and
that's why I had to back up.
And I don't want to even.
But you can put content on there.
I know.
Even if you're not the one holding the camera, you could just have them filming you prep.
My daughter tells me that all the time.
See, she's smart.
She tells me that all the time.
She's smart
all the time.
Yeah, she can be there watching you prep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Edit a little bit, just a little bit of a clip. There you go.
That might be my
30
goal.
seconds.
That might be my goal. That's it. 30 seconds.
Yeah, all you need is 30 seconds, maybe a minute.
Okay.
And then you just get like certain stuff like prep, like you said, cutting up, and then cooking, and then the finished result.
Okay.
That's all you need.
Holla my baby about that.
Yeah, do that. I'm gonna tell her too. Okay. I went through that. And you did mention about what you think sets your cooking apart from other chefs, right?
Yeah, again, the customer service. Yeah.
Customer service. Not everybody.
I feel like if you want to start any type of business, you need to go to some kind of customer service training. Because a lot of businesses, a lot of them fail, man, because of just poor customer service. Before I got into business, I was always a big customer service person. That was always important to me. Mm-hmm. I would walk out of an establishment if I felt like the customer service wasn't right.
I've done that.
I come from a family of entrepreneurs. So I grew up seeing them, how dedicated they was and how they took it so serious and how they, took care of their clients. So, I'm that way. I go above and beyond for my clients.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's above and beyond?
If I'm at a wedding and somebody needs help doing something, like a decorator, and I'm finished with what I'm doing, I'm just waiting. Mm-hmm. I would help them.
Okay.
Just
I can see above and beyond. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so what style of food do you think you like to cook the most besides ribs? Because I know we're going back to that.
Besides barbecue?
Yeah.
Besides barbecue?
Mm-hmm.
Soul food.
Okay.
The collard greens and black eyed peas. I think one of my favorite. Okay, if my second favorite dish has to be probably beef tips and rice. I can cook some goddamn beef tips.
Wow.
I can cook it. I can cook beef tips. And pot roast.
I want to try a pot roast. I haven't tried one.
Are you a beef eater?
Yeah, I guess. I can say that.
So I don't know how old are you?
Old enough.
To not have a pot roast in your life?
Well, no, I haven't cooked one on my own.
Oh, you want to cook a pot roast?
Yeah, okay. I want to cook one.
I thought you were saying you wanted to eat a pot roast.
No, I want to cook one on my own. Like, I've done a lot of things, experienced a lot with my grandmother, but actually, like, cooking on my own.
Okay.
I've never cooked one.
You ain't never had a pot roast? Okay.
No, I've had pot roast. Yeah. I just haven't cooked it on my own ever. So, It is something I do want to try. That's just a long job.
Of course, you need a small one.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't go get a
No,
8-pound.
not at all.
So the cooking process the baking process on a small one should be about 5 hours.
Yeah, see. I mean, I guess you can put it in a slow cooker, huh?
No, but then that's gonna be 12 hours. So that's stuck in the oven.
See, me, I put it in a pot in a.
You can. You can put it on, go to work, and then come home.
Yeah, see,
Mm-hmm.
no effort.
Yeah.
Maybe. Anyway. Okay, so you said soul food.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What has been one of the most memorable moments as a chef?
I do a lot of cooking with my daughter.
I kind of knew you was gonna say that. When I put that question down, I was like, I feel like that's what he's gonna say.
Yeah. Knowing that we work together and my wife, it is I love it. I love it that I can, teach my daughter how to work, teach her a work ethic, teach her customer service. And she get paid. She get paid. My daughter gets paid pretty well.
Girl, give me some money.
I think that is the highlight of what I do. That I get to work with my daughter. Work related wise, I can't think of a moment. It just has to be. I think one of them, I had 3 large events in a weekend, and maybe at that last one, I was like, "Wow, I can't believe I pulled this off." I can't believe it.
Yeah. I think we all have those moments like, I really did this.
It's the satisfaction of knowing that you did a great job.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Because nothing makes me unhappy knowing that I didn't do it right. I take that very, very seriously.
Yeah. I would agree. I kind of feel like that about this podcast. I've been wanting to do this for a while. It's been maybe like 3-4 years, maybe.
Okay.
I'm like, when I actually did the first episode, I was like, I really did it. Okay, now I got to keep going.
Right.
Because I'm like, I really implemented this and went through with it, actually. Because, I mean, normally I'd be like, yeah, I want to do this. And then I fall through just because of whatever reason.
Procrastinating.
But,
procrastinating.
Yeah, that too.
Okay.
Or it's just, it was more of like me not feeling like I can connect with other people. Just because, I mean, of course, y'all own businesses. I don't. But like I said, my point would be giving information to other people. And while getting information, because while I'm here, I'm asking questions that other people ask and that I would ask. So,
one important factor in business, and I think this is a huge nugget that I'm going to give.
Okay, listen up.
Who you choose to marry is the biggest business decision you will ever make in your entire life. It's almost impossible to run a business when you're married to the wrong person. When you don't have that support at home. I can't fathom being able to run a business where when your personal life is in such chaos.
Right.
There's like, I've created 2 very very good businesses. My trucking, and I couldn't have done neither one of them without my wife. Not even close. Not without that support. And the type of business matter. 99% of my clientele are women. I'm always on the phone with a woman. I'm always meeting a woman. If I had a wife that's like jealous type, I wouldn't be able to do it.
Yeah.
Like 99.99% when my phone ring, it's a woman. Some women can't handle that. They just can't. So I give a big ups to my wife that, you know, she's not the jealous type. She's not the insecure type. Can't. And my, you know, my first when I first got started, it was my wife and my daughter. And we all in the kitchen struggling. We trying
to do something.
We all trying to do something. And the more money you make, you know, you have to put back in the business and buy better tools.
Right.
So a lot of people, when they start business, they make that mistake. They make a little money and they go spend it.
Right.
Can't do that.
That's true.
That money ain't yours.
Right. You stealing from the business at that point.
Oh my God, you stealing from the business. You said it.
Don't nobody ever really think that's, oh, this is my business.
That's not your money.
No, you're stealing.
You are still in that business especially in truck driving.
Oh yeah.
You can make, you know, easily $3,000-$4,000 a week. That's not your money. That's that truck money. You gotta put that money to the side. Cause that truck gonna want its money one day.
Right.
When they go to the shop and they say, hey, this water pump is $2,500 and you ain't got it.
At least you have it.
And if you ain't got that money, that truck ain't leaving that shop, bro. It's not leaving it. So the more money that I made in catering, I bought better equipment. So, and at that time, I didn't have the money to hire outside people to help me. So it was just us. And I had a couple other people help. So now I'm charging more. You know, when I first started, I was maybe $13 a person. Now I'm at like 30. So now my wife doesn't help as much because she trying to start her own businesses. So I have to hire people to replace her. And my daughter's 16. You know, she got a little boyfriend. And sometimes she just don't want to come to work. Yeah, we going to the movies. We
got other stuff to do right now. Okay.
So I have a payroll now. So yeah, even that I make money now, I don't touch it because you never know what. No, man.
Exactly.
You just never. Business is funny. That's why a lot of business shut down through COVID because they didn't have that capital to be like, okay, let me
put it on hold.
Let me put it on hold.
Yeah.
Let me put it on hold.
Yeah. Nobody was ready for COVID, but the people that invested in themselves and knew what to do in a situation like that, it really helped them in the end.
If you didn't learn something because of COVID about financial, you are
under the rock.
You under the damn rock. You under it. Even if you work a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
If you didn't learn, like, you know what? I need to
put a little to the side.
I need to put a little to the side.
Because you never know what can happen.
Oh, my God.
Like.
That shook. A lot of people came out of COVID better. A lot of them came out worse because the government gave a lot of handouts. So it crippled a lot of people mentally. But a lot of people came out, you know, better. Like, okay, I can do, because a lot of people made a lot of money during COVID.
Some people did.
Creating different things. So
they use that for an innovation process. Like to find a different way of getting to their customer.
Yeah.
I agree. Well, I don't think I have any more questions. And we right at a 1 hour mark.
We had a 1 hour mark. I told you I can talk all day. I can go to 3 hours more if you want to.
We ain't got 3 hours. I don't even think I have 3 hours on this SD card.
Old school. You got an SD card. You got a big one.
I got to.
You got a memory card. You got a little memory card.
Yeah, I got to. I mean, that's the one that is. Well, it's like this.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, I got to. That's the only one that camera takes.
Well, we used to put some music on them things back in the day.
We not even finna. Okay, cause see, he finna get started again.
Oh, he was some music on them cards.
Lord. Okay, so I mean, you can tell them where they can find you, your information, how they can book you.
You can find me on my Facebook is up on the Kobi Catering. My website is kobicatering.com. That's also my Google page too. And my IG, Kobi Catering on IG. So you can reach me on all those platforms. You can book me through it. You can I book people through instant message. You know, some people be like, don't message me through girl. You can do whatever. You can mail me a letter.
Not mail.
You want to give me some cheese?
I'ma take it.
I'ma take it. I be seeing people make posts on Facebook. I don't request services from my DM. I'm like, man, whatever.
As long as you serious, I'm serious.
I'm serious. People,
So you got an Instagram but not a TikTok?
You know what's funny? I don't even use my IG. Right? Like if you go on my IG business page, I haven't posted on there maybe two years. I did a wedding at the terminal station, I think last week, 2 weeks ago. And and one of the vendors uplighting out of Atlanta, like, man, this is the best food I ever had. What is your IG? So I gave it to him. I said, man, I don't use it, but this is my IG because I think my IG isn't even on my business card. So he was like, man, we're in Atlanta. We don't use Facebook. We use IG. I said, all right, well, this is my IG. So he did a little video of his services and he tagged me in it like a week later. Mm-hmm. And then this bride in Atlanta reached out to me through, because he tagged me in it. She was looking at his video and seeing my name, and she reached out to me through my IG. So I just booked my first client through IG in 5 years.
You going outside. Okay.
See, the difference between, this is my opinion, the difference between IG and Facebook. Most people on your Facebook are in your radius from where you live. IG just wide open. So I have had people reach out to me through IG, but they stay in like Alabama and Mississippi, and places that I don't service. But Facebook does a really good job of the algorithm of your zip code. So just better. I'm making an excuse.
Yeah. That's all I hear is an excuse. But I mean, here nor there. Has nothing else to say.
I guess that's my weakness.
He don't post on social media. Except for Facebook.
I guess
But do you not realize you could just take what you post on TikTok or take what you post on Instagram and put it on the other one?
Yes, I do. No excuse.
All right. Yeah.
Yes, I do.
It's I'm done. Yep. That was it. Hey, you got a 16-year-old daughter.
I don't know. It was just, I got so much business through Facebook. Even before my website, I got so Facebook is really great to me. And I would just, even before business, I was just never a fan of Instagram. I just wasn't. So I just put all of my energy into Facebook. Then I put all of my energy into my website. Then I put all of my energy into my Google page.
Interesting.
So
I got nothing more to say.
You gotta book me one day.
I mean, it got to be an event. So I don't have none in mind.
Not through IG though. You gotta book me through Facebook.
I'm That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to book you through Instagram or even TikTok.
Why? I get my daughter page then. Reach out to her.
That's fine. I just want to be able to say that I did it.
And the bride said, I almost didn't reach out to you because click on your page. You haven't.
You ain't got nothing in there. Exactly. Do you
I
not
said,
really?
well, maybe I need it. I'm gonna have to get on that then.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to get on that.
All right, y'all. This is the end because he just
I'm tripping.
stressing me out.
I'm tripping.
You got a 16-year-old daughter
Mm-hmm.
that I know knows how to run all these pages.
Oh yeah, she on her phone.
You need a social media manager.
I know. My wife has one, but I'm up.
I do it for a small fee.
What? $5 a month.
All right, y'all. On that note, she getting paid more than me.
Huh?
She getting paid more than me. Why I gotta get $5 a month? That's sad. Anyway, all right, y'all.
Thank you for having me. This was fun. It's my first interview.
I can't tell.
Whatever.
Can y'all tell?
It's my first one.
A podcast?
Is that one still on?
No, it was never on. I was gonna take a picture, but we'll take one after. Okay. This your first podcast? Seriously?
Yeah.
This is my fourth. My first podcast was the first one I filmed
So last week, that's when you started?
3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago. Okay. You say you're doing one a week, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this will be the fourth one.
You got somebody lined up next week?
No.
I can do it again.
I'm not talking to you again. Because you're just going to stress me out like you stressed me on this one. If you get on Instagram, maybe.
If I get on Instagram.
If you get on Instagram, maybe. And TikTok.
Oh, TikTok. That's a rabbit hole. I don't, because if I have
Not if you post on it.
If I have it on my phone, I'm going to be on it.
So?
I don't want that.
Ideas.
I don't want that.
It'll tell you how to edit your video.
Everybody.
And it tailored to things that you like.
I know.
So if you look at cooks. I'm
going to tell you how bad it is because, the reels on Facebook, that's a rabbit hole. So I have to stop. Because you would keep looking at it. You
That's
I'm
true.
like, whoa. Because
once you see one, you keep going.
Because they tailor to what you're looking at. Mm-hmm. And I have to, even if you go in the settings and they won't let you just cut it off. Mm-hmm. They'll be like, see less of this. Get out of here. Get out of here.
Well, yeah, I guess you'll see less.
Yeah, but
you'll still see it.
You'll
see less.
Well, they try to get you to see one of them. And then once you see one of them, then they got you.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
I watched that documentary on Netflix. What was it called? Came out last year. The Social Dilemma. And it breaks down how social media companies, well, not just internet companies, how they set their algorithm and how they're they spend billions of dollars to get your attention. Mm-hmm. They say the drugs and social media are the only two businesses that refer to their customers as users. Yeah. To a young child, it's almost like a drug. You got a nephew or a niece or a daughter, and if you take their phone away, they
yeah.
They would choose one of the old school ass whoopings that we used to get back in the day. You say you get to choose between me taking your phone for 6 hours or I beat you down for 5 minutes.
Oh, they're going to take the beating.
They'll take the
because at least they'll still have their phone.
They will take the beating. Sometimes what we do at home, me and my daughter have movie time. Mm-hmm. Try to have movie time. And during movie time, we have to leave our phone in another room. And it's difficult for her. Like if I go use the bathroom or something, she go run there.
I just need a minute.
They need that fix, man.
Mm-hmm.
They need it. And that is, they got our kids by a chokehold.
Yep.
They got them.
That's for sure.
Plus, I can imagine if I grew up during this time too. I would be in so much trouble. Because the stuff we did, we couldn't record it.
You're right.
So I'll probably be in jail.
Not on purpose, at least.
So I can only imagine.
All right, y'all, because we can keep going.
Mm-hmm.
But make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. I'm put out his socials in the description down below. Make sure you go book him on Instagram.
Wait a minute. I will do more on my Instagram when you come up with a name for your podcast.
That's easy.
It is?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So when we getting it?
When are you going to be prepared? You got to have content to post.
I got to have content. Okay.
Mm-hmm. How long is it going to take you to get content?
What's the day? Tuesday?
Today's Tuesday.
Probably that week.
He need a whole week.
I need a whole week.
Oh, okay. You think I'm playing? I'm so serious.
I want to name that podcast. So when somebody asks me, what was the podcast that you did today? And I just say the podcast. How do they find the podcast?
On my YouTube.
Okay.
I mean, I'll send you the link too, but it'll be on my YouTube. Post it there for everyone to see.
Okay.
Maybe you should start shorts too.
I still want a name.
On Instagram.
I mean
YouTube.
I want a name.
Maybe you need a YouTube channel too.
Oh, you reaching now? I gotta crawl for
What? Do you know how many people look at cooks on YouTube?
Yeah, man, a lot.
Exactly.
I gotta crawl for a walk. That's a lot of stuff. Because keep in mind, I still do trucking.
You need to blink before you walk, because at this point, that's what the stage you're on. Anyway, okay, so last question. Last question. This is gonna close out the video, y'all.
What's up?
Because we over the hour mark. What would be your inspiration to someone that becomes a chef? Go.
What would be
the inspiration that you would give to someone that wants to become a chef?
Oh, okay. Figure out what type of chef or cook you want to be.
Okay.
You know, catering large events ain't for everybody.
That's for sure.
You know, I have to deal with sometimes 200 drunk black people at one time. Everybody can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so figure out which lane you want to do. You might just want to be a private dinner chef. That is great. So even being a private dinner chef, going into people's homes, you really have to watch your social media content. You know, because people are inviting you into their home, so they want to know that who they're inviting is a safe person. Because sometimes I would get hired to do a private dinner where it is a surprise, so I would be in their home by myself,
right?
While they, you know,
getting prepared,
or they come home and surprise. So surprisingly, I've done that to people I don't even know. I'm like, you trust me that much to have me? So, that social media, you gotta
have an Instagram. And on that note,
well, I'm gonna tell you the difference between Instagram and Facebook.
We are not gonna have this rant right now.
Instagram are pictures. You really can't. It's really hard to get a grasp on someone through actually pictures. Facebook, people actually type what they're thinking.
Sometimes nobody read that.
Yeah,
a lot of people don't read it. Actually, a picture can tell you a lot.
But if you're looking to book someone's services, they're looking at that stuff.
You need a picture and words. Because even if you saying, oh, I know how to build a house, I want to see what you built first.
Yeah. That's kind of apples and oranges though. Okay, you got some Facebook friends where you read their status and you'll be like, wouldn't trust them to walk my dog. They just speak foolishness. Just foolish.
But that's what the videos are for.
But everybody do.
A lot of people do.
Yeah.
The reels. The lives.
All that matters. Yeah.
All right. On that note, y'all, we'll see you in the next one. Bye.